do that. So, last where we left off, you guys had a encounter with Balt the Bastard. You engaged him as well as some sort of other group, faction, mechs, whatever. Like, they were not your stereotypical kind of pirates. Whoever, were they automated? Were they straight up magic? Kind of just, you guys weren't able to discern too much. Kind of just did the combat and chaos and all that. Um, During your encounter, unfortunately, uh, Vincent, no last name, Venom, he was taken. Got stuck on one of the ships or one of the mechs that just teleported away. And then attempting to give chase, a kind of flash of light and some noticeable damage done to the Dallas was seen. You guys were picked up, I believe, like at the very end of the session. And yeah, to kind of get straight to the point, you guys are now aboard the Dallas. You can see kind of just various crew members, engineers, officers, kind of just scrambling about, getting taking assessment of what happened, seeing what damage has been done to the Dallas, and kind of just the general scramble of kind of just post combat operations.
Nice.
Is there anything specific you guys want to attempt to do, or
How much damage? There's like a huge hole in the side of the Dallas, right?
um there's been noticeable damage done to the Dallas, some sort of blast, kind of just explosion. People are still trying to figure out what. um didn't didn't do too much damage to the Dallas, but it does seem to be like radar and communications has been affected. It's kind of just very limited. They're pretty much flying blind, if you could in
Gotcha.
space. So they're still assessing specific damages, but I mean, as far as like life support, as far as kind of just crew quarters and whatever else, like people are still able to operate on the Dallas and move about.
Gotcha. I imagine who was it Nathan Linder who kind of was like commanding where everyone to go and was like the you got my back, I got yours. Was he that guy?
He's the
Mm-hmm.
commander of kind of just the battalion aboard the Dallas.
Okay.
Yes. The first thing Yuki would do would be to
Seek out Nathan. Did Nathan deploy with the battalion or was he just overseeing from the Dallas?
Um, so right off the bat, kind of just Yuki taking a glance, looking over. She can see kind of just Nathan kind of just in the mech hangar, aboard a mech, kind of just cockpit open and kind of just issuing commands out. Um,
does the mech look
Battle worn.
there's obvious kind of just scorch marks and shrapnel and whatever else.
Gotcha. Okay. So he did deploy and come back. All right. Um. Then yeah, I guess we go. I mean, unless anybody has anything else, would Yuki first thing he would do would be go hit up Nathan just to kind of report back and get get a lay of what the fuck is going on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So are you kind of waiting for a moment where he's alone, or are you just going straight up into his face, kind of just grabbing his attention?
Well, not into his face, but I am entering his area, so to speak. I'm gonna approach him.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be like march up and be like no.
Okay.
I'm just gonna I'll walk up. You know, obviously he's barking orders and stuff. I mean, sure, I'd wait for a small break, but I'm not gonna wait for him to finish his whole whatever. You know, if there's a moment where he's catching his breath in between two, I'll make myself known.
Okay. So yeah, so what exactly he's doing is kind of just, like I said, cockpit open. He's issuing commands, kind of just trying to get a lay of the land, grasp of the situation, and all the while he is moving and he is entering kind of just one of those mech bays, kind of just parking his mech, kind of just getting out, unbuckling himself,
Getting out.
doing all that. There's like maybe one or two officers who kind of just approach him, kind of just with tablets, iPads of some kind, giving him an update of all the information. He kind of just shoos them away once he got what he needed.
Yeah. Once he climbs down from his mech, I'll I don't know how my suit works. It's basically just like an Iron Man suit, so I imagine some parts of it opens up. But I'm not gonna like leave it out in the middle of whatever. But yeah, once he like climbs out of his suit, I'll approach him, you know, take my helmet off or have the faceplate open up, however, you know, like Iron Man style, and just be like, what the hell happened? What is going on?
Kind of just taking a bit of a breather, kind of just voice a little hoarse. Kind of just looks at you with this tired expression and is like, I wish you could tell me. He kind of shakes his head and just like, Intel told us pirates. What we encountered back down there was not pirates.
It was way too organized for that. One of our group members got kidnapped. It seemed that we were engaged by a number of enemies and they were teleporting around, and Venom got picked up somehow, and then as soon as Venom got picked up, they all disengaged and teleported away. It seemed like it was a coordinated attack just to get someone. I don't know if it was Venom specifically or just a person, but the attack stopped as soon as they took Venom.
Kind of, he's quiet for a second. Kind of just glances you up and down. Is the rest of the party behind you, or has Speed Bump and Knight fucked off?
I'm right behind Yuki, just having crawled out of the half ruined remains of my mech. Just
Yeah, I actually. So we're all still in a hangar bay, right?
Mhm.
Unless you've went and run off to somewhere else.
Would I still be like? Could I see this conversation happening from the cockpit of my mech?
You can do like the funny zoom and enhance thing on your kind of just dashboard or whatever. Sure.
Nice.
Because well, okay, I'm gonna open my Knight's cockpit opens and he's just sitting there and he's just like stewing. He's like
He's still riding the
water-
high from the Jews.
No, he's not. Well, that I guess, yeah. But also, he's just pissed. Knight is
Yeah, right, 'cause
extremely,
both, yeah.
extremely, extremely upset about the entire situation. He's just. It feels like I feel like I've been through a net loss. So this whole encounter's just amounted to nothing. Nothing's been achieved. We've only lost another one. He's only lost another friend at this point and doesn't know where it is. So, yeah, just taking note of the conversation, try listening in at a distance, but not directly engaging. And on that note, my toaster dinged. I'm gonna grab my chicken.
Oh, yeah.
That's a very not thing to do. He just did.
I'm so mad, but food is ready, and I must make sure not to overdo it.
Man, this is some bullshit. Ooh, chicken's ready.
I'm gonna make that into a shirt.
You're not.
I am
You're not
so
you
mad.
when you're hungry.
Ding. Ooh, food's ready.
Just Snickers.
But yeah, speed bump just kind of parade rests behind Yuki, just kind of looking defeated.
Okay. I mean, that is a shared expression along all the kind of just crew members aboard the Dallas at the moment. But
Mhm.
Nathan, he kind of gives like he kind of just makes a funny face and is like, "Your guy was kidnapped."
Kidnapped. Yeah. They scored a lucky hit on his mech, and he had to eject.
They didn't score a lucky hit on them. They focused him down.
That's true. Well, yeah. He was. They pinned Venom down relentlessly. That is what happened. And in order to get away from his destroyed mech, Venom popped out and landed on one of the enemy mechs. I guess he has these magnetic boots just so he could get out of the harm's way from his own, since they were right next to each other. And as soon as he landed on that mech, they teleported straight out. And then there were 2 or 3 others. They all blinked out immediately as well. Withdrew the moment that they got Venom.
He's kind of just again giving that funny face, and he's just like, "Was your buddy? Does he have a history with these pirates? Is he a noble of some kind? Like any reason why they would want him?"
I think the only one of us that had the history with these pirates was Knight, who is behind me eating some chicken.
If I'm
And-
hearing this, I'll get out of the mic. I get out of my mech and start walking towards the conversation.
But yeah, I don't think Venom had any ties to the 3 Dead Kings that I know of. And he's just I don't want to call him just an engineer, but he's certainly not a noble. He is a working man.
He's my friend.
He kind of just shakes his head and is just like, "All right."
I think Venom does have a connection to Tifa, though. Tifa? How are you?
Yeah.
Captain
Yeah, Tifa Blockhart.
Tifa Blockhart.
Name sounds so familiar, but I can't place it.
Oh,
My music stopped. Sorry.
he all right. He can't. I want to help. Wish I could at the moment. But he kind of just looks around. I have a job to do. Honestly, guys. Turn it into a report. Once we get everything organized, you can bet we're going after them.
So we don't even have an idea of where they went. They're blinked. They blinked. They're gone. We have no tracking, no nothing. We were in a large-scale conflict with a paramilitary that we thought was pirates, and they disappeared. Do we have any idea where these guys went?
He kind of just shakes his head and kind of just. You can see the frustration now on Nathan's face. Not at you guys, but kind of just at the situation as a whole. And it's just like, I need to talk to the captain. We're going to come up with a game plan. We're going to get shit done.
That's great. That's what I want to hear. As soon as you decide what that shit is, you better tell me immediately. And the knight's gonna walk off.
All right.
What is is there anything we can do to help put out fires, so to speak? Or are we just gonna or are we as pilots resting on our laurels until we mobilize somehow?
Kind of just looks you guys up and down. Well, at least those of you that are still here. And just says, honestly, the best thing you can do right now, get some food, get some rest. Because if we're going to be seeing more of the action we just saw, we're going to need everyone able and ready.
Okay. Do we have printers available for repairs?
He kind of just looks around and says, yeah, nothing. Honestly, whatever attack hit the Dallas, just took out our radar and communications. It was targeted it. We are still able to operate. We are still able to fly. Just not
Flying blind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, and then in that case, good luck, Nathan, and Yuki will head to an open printer for repair and put in her mech for that, for repairs and upgrades.
Yeah, all of you can do full repairs of your mechs. Speed bump. Is there anything you are attempting to do?
Well, just other than kind of glancing over the picture I found in Venom's destroyed mech, which I doubt's going to tell us anything. I'm probably going to go take my mech over to get repairs and upgrades.
Okay. Right.
Wonder how that's going to get turned into a goblin.
All right, so all of you, including you, Venom, can do full repairs of your shit. If you haven't done so already. And unless there is any sort of last thing you want to do, we are going into downtime.
Okay.
So
I mean, I don't know if this is going to count as a downtime action. I'm not immediately up to date on the downtime. But I do know that I would, Yuki at least would, do we have a downtime actions reference? Yeah, there.
Yeah.
This is your call. Yeah, I know that Yuki would at least try to attempt to make contact with Captain Tifa Blockhart to give her the news about Venom, since Venom has a connection with Tifa. I don't know if that's going to adjust or change anything specifically, but that's something that Yuki would try to do. But I don't know if Yuki would be able to.
So yeah, Tifa, unfortunately, being the captain of the ship that was just attacked, mission failure and all that, she has a lot on her plate to kind of spend. Like, unfortunately, she can't even spend like the 5 minutes to talk to somebody at the moment.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Not a problem.
So-
I'm going to read through these downtime actions and try to figure something out.
Yeah, so take a second to do that. All of you can perform a downtime action. Again, that is including you, Venom. Just because you are kidnapped does not mean you are unable to play the game.
Yes.
I have no
I'm gonna
idea
go
what you said, Joe.
run drugs.
Hey,
Oh.
hey.
Like breaking up,
Say that again?
or is Gator breaking up?
No.
Yeah. It's kind of quiet for me.
Who's? Can we all hear each other?
There we go.
Yeah, I can hear everybody.
You're on my end.
All right.
Yep.
Connection was.
There might have
lost
been a
for
blip.
second. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Jack was trying to say something that I did not hear at all.
The joke is past. It's all good.
Okay.
We carry on.
Was anyone else asking anything?
No, don't think so.
Perfect. Let's see. And then kind of just as you're thinking of your downtime, our, we'll say that a day passes. Kind of just for you to perform this action, get rest, eat, and kind of just do all the standard shit that you do. So keep that in mind for whatever action you do end up deciding on.
We're on a Union ship presently, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing that the go diving downtime action may not be applicable.
I mean, a carrier is carrier. It's basically a small city.
Okay, we're on a carrier. All right.
At the end of the day, it's basically a small city. So 100% there's going to be some shady figures aboard that you can probably go meet and greet and whatever else. But
Mhm.
it is a Union vessel. There's whatever shady business you want to do, there's probably not going to be a whole lot of.
I will be right back. Well, we figure this out.
I think I'll just use the get focus for downtime, so that way it still kind of stays in the predicament that Vincent's in.
Okay.
And also, I think I'll try or do it for piercing the void that you gave me.
I'll allow it.
I mean, he's not got much else to do except for talk to the voice in his head.
Venom's got a plan.
Mm. Get a drink seems a bit of a stretch. Hmm. Night, did you already pick what you were going to go for?
I think I'm gonna do go diving.
Mm.
But well,
Yeah, probably. Actually, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a damn drink.
I just want to get into a fight, to be honest. Knight's just looking for an excuse to punch something.
Okay.
So help me out a little bit here. Should the most proactive way to do that, should I do go diving? And because basically it's like either go to the bar and then look for an excuse for a bar fight to start, or go diving and then basically just seeking out someone, you know. No, I think I don't want to do. I don't know if go diving will work. I want to do get a damn drink, but I want to start a fight. Knight is looking for an excuse to hit somebody.
Okay. Okay. So my thought is we do gunfight and we kind of just word things a little differently.
I was wondering if we could do that. Yeah, that works for me.
So like rather than getting in a duel with somebody, you are getting to a bar fight, which is probably going to have a number of individuals participate. And yeah, kind of just depending on your role, kind of just will determine kind of just any sort of disciplinary action taken, whether someone does get hurt or killed, or kind of just things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then
I will state, Knight's not looking to like find some dorky tech intern and then smash his teeth into the table. He's looking for an asshole. Like he doesn't want to. I'd like it to. Knight would choose someone who at least semi deserves it.
Okay.
What are you fighting someone?
Yeah,
So,
Which one are you doing? Gunfight?
gunfight, but rather than guns, it's fists. We're wording things a little differently.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll say kind of just maybe there's kind of just a not a mess hall, but kind of just more of a lounge area where they serve drinks to pilots, ensigns, and all that. And again, people have not been taking this encounter pretty. People are very demoralized at the moment, and it's pretty easy to get on people's nerves, I will say. Kind of just there's a couple of guys, they seem to getting close to a push comes to shove kind of deal. We'll say they're getting to a very heated discussion, kind of just it seems to be some sort of tech versus a pilot at the moment. And it's the pilot's kind of just getting upset of why did his mech fail when they while in combat, and it's just like the tech's trying to be sensible, but at the same time, like, he's getting his ass hounded because of everything going on. He's got work that needs to be done to get the Dallas repaired. So it's just like people are, and as kind of just their heated discussion starts turning into a yelling match, more and more people get involved. It's any moment now, someone's going to throw a punch. So
is speed bump in this bar Just in a corner somewhere.
I mean, I'm going to get a damn drink, so I'm assuming it's at the same lounge.
Yeah, I would say so.
Great.
So, kind of just up to you on how you want to handle the situation, but you're the one that wants to get in a fight.
Well, I mean, come on. He's getting in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would. Okay, what Knight's gonna do? He's keeping an eye on this, and if it is how you're saying, the second that first punch does get thrown, Knight's basically going to intervene, try to grab whoever it is that throws the first punch, and then just smack the shit out of them.
Okay.
So he's waiting. He's waiting for an aggressor, I guess.
Okay. So,
And I would like to ready in action.
so what I'm gonna say
Wonder what action
is
that it could be.
the pilot is the one who's going to throw the first punch because he's not taking any of the text bullshit. He wants answers, not excuses, and kind of just again coming off of that adrenaline, kind of just going through the stress of seeing combat. He is going to throw the first punch.
Okay. So Knight will now intervene. I don't know if I am close enough. I would love to just attempt to catch his punch.
Okay.
Do
So
you have something like show off, maybe?
I do have show off.
So we are going to do the downtime action now. So if you have triggers that are associated with it, you can go ahead and add them.
I do have show off.
But kind of just 9 or lower, you fail, basically.
Mhm.
10 to 19, kind of you succeed. And then 20 plus is with how gunfight works, like harm has now been done, and that affects your reputation, whether that is a net positive or a net negative.
All right, I am ready to roll.
All right.
Here comes show off.
Oh, hey.
All right. So, with how gunfight is worded, your shot hits, deal harm as established. Let's see. If you shot first, your target doesn't get a chance to respond. If you don't shoot first, take harm as established. Kind of just you succeeded on the roll. Kind of just you showed off, stopped the punch. I'm guessing dealt your own in kind.
Grab the punch and then helmet on, just headbutt straight down.
Okay. Yeah. Him also being a pilot, he doesn't get knocked out, but definitely dazed. Kind of some of his buddies kind of just catch him in the back, and there's kind of just a single second of silence before everyone starts throwing punches.
Oh no.
So kind of just
Am I gonna have to step
I
in
can
here?
picture it in my mind. The speed bumps like sitting at the bar in focus, and then out of focus behind. There's just a whole fight happening while speed bumps just like sipping on a drink.
yeah. So
Just casting a glance back whenever somebody gets thrown near the lounge bar.
so
It's one of those situations where you're drinking off to the side, and then right as you go pick it up to take a swig, someone head slams right into the bar, like where your drink was. They slide off, and you bring back down where it was before.
Yeah, pretty much.
so that is how your downtime is spent tonight.
Inciting a bar fight.
Yep.
I didn't incite anything. I'll just put that out right now. I waited
Yep.
for an inciter.
Speed bump. We're just gonna continue the scene. You're the one getting it. You're the one getting a damn drink. What exactly are you looking for?
Just something to take the edge off of the whole shit show that was the last mission.
Okay. So really just kind of just relaxing, trying to numb the mind a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, kind of.
Let's see.
Let's see. So, on a 9 or less, you don't know if you had a good time or not, but you do lose something. Let's see. 10 to 19, you gain something as a reserve, but again, you lose something. Let's see.
Mhm.
20 plus, you get something on reserve and you don't lose anything. So, kind of.
All right.
Again, you're looking for a good time or simply trying to numb the mind. Roll whatever you think is appropriate in this situation, and we'll read the results.
Show off how much I can drink.
Okay. Okay.
All right. +4. What do we got? Is that gonna work like that? Let's see. Oh fuck.
Ooh,
All
you can't drink
right.
too much.
Shit.
So, you can decide whether you had a good time or not, but either way, you are waking up somewhere and you've lost your dignity, your possessions, or your memory.
That sounds like a good time to me.
Let's see. Wake up in the garden. Oh, no, you only remember one thing. Whether it is your dignity,
Mhm.
your possessions, or your memory. Everything else you lost. Okay.
With only one remaining. I want to keep my shit.
Okay. Alright. So, what would be
Wait,
the...
but I get to see what happened.
True! So,
he does.
well, for the most part. Eventually,
Yeah.
what we'll
I mean,
say-
he was kind of taking hits to the face.
Mhm.
I was giving hits to the face.
So, yeah, showing off what you how much you can drink does not get you very far.
Too much too fast.
A little bit. Maybe what Union has on the shelf is probably might be better than what you had at station.
Arizona usually has. Yeah.
So, at the but again, losing your dignity, losing your memory. I'll let you decide on kind of just how exactly you lost your dignity. But yeah,
Hmm.
we'll say whenever you do come to, you are basically on a stool right outside the bar. Like someone took you, put you on a stool, and left you there.
Probably night.
And kind of just eventually, officers and MPs kind of just arrive at the bar to break up the fight. Nathan shows up, gives everyone an extreme what for. Whether you spend that time to dip out or not night, I'll leave it up to you.
As people start walking in, I'm gonna just kind of walk out with someone's head and a headlock under my shoulder. Just walk out the door, toss them, clap, speed bump on the shoulder, and say, "All right, let's go."
Oh. Alright, yeah. Speed bump is out. Kind of
yeah.
when you're talking to
Yeah.
them.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna replace the man I had in a headlock with speed bump over my shoulder, and I'm just gonna walk us back to our quarters.
Alright.
And that's how I lost my dignity.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna see as in kind of like in slow motion as I'm walking out with speed bump over my shoulder. I'm gonna see Nathan running in with the MPs. I'm just giving him a salute as I walk by and make my way to my quarters.
Doesn't even look at you. You only see like the fury in his eyes. Just pure blind rage at the moment.
Yeah, so we'll just head back to whatever quarters are assigned to our Lancer group.
All right.
To reunite with the rest of the gang and wait for orders.
Let's see. And then Venom, you've done the get focused. With your situation, you have complete narrative control, kind of just of how exactly you want that done. You don't need to tell us now if you don't want to, but at some point, I would like to know how exactly you got focused and how exactly you trained your skills. Whatever else.
Basically just trying to reach out to what's her name?
Oh,
Yeah.
Alice.
Yes. Basically just trying to reach out to Alice, whether, just try to relay, hey, shit's fucked. I've been kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know where I'm at.
Okay.
Or maybe he just tries to focus like on the void power thing, just trying to see, what else he could do since he had like the little spidey sense right before he got kidnapped.
Yeah. So I'm thinking kind of just you have that encounter on replay in your head, kind of just that sensation you had with Alice where she communicated and you communicated back in your minds, kind of just you're trying to hone in on that sensation again. A little difficult in your current predicament, but it's what you kind of just keeps you sane at the moment, and that's kind of just what you're focusing on, and so you get focused. And has Far or Yuki decided what they are doing?
Yeah. Yuki's gonna gather information. By going around the site of the attack on the Dallas, or perhaps in some of the higher ranking officer areas, places where she probably doesn't belong, and try to figure out if she can glean anything on what happened, who did it. Maybe as she's even, she doesn't trust that, or well, not that she doesn't trust, but the timing and the precision of the strike leads her to believe that there might be someone feeding information. So she's going to try to figure out if that's a situation that's going on from within the Dallas. So she's going to try to get some information on what happened, like who attacked, and see if she can't figure that out.
Okay.
Sneaking around.
Sure.
Scab shows up.
I'm going to use my act unseen or unheard to access these locations to maybe gather some information.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Okay. So specifically, you are looking to see if there's some sort of insider information going on.
Insider information. That's number one, I would say. Number two, if that doesn't seem like it, would just be like just the talk of the town.
Who did it? Who done did it?
Who did it?
All
Who
right.
done did it?
Well, with a 20, you get what you're looking for with no complications. What I will say is that kind of just the officers, the analysts, and kind of just everyone who is collecting all the information, like 100%, this looks like to be an inside job.
Mhm.
How someone got access to their information and how, like, that is they have no evidence. It's only a hunch that all of these analysts share. Like, they can't find the missing piece of the who, like who's the one giving this information out, but 100% they are on the same idea that there is an inside job. There was an inside job. As for the who, Kind of just looking at the reports, looking at the damages, and kind of just sort of the tech involved. All the information that the analysts and the conclusion that they come up to is that SSC is somehow involved. Whatever tech kind of just they were using matches kind of just the SSC playbook. So
Yeah, I mean, teleportation and invisibility or textbook SSC.
so kind of just
Um,
again they're again missing that piece that connects SSC all together with this shit, but they just know that the tech they were using was SSC. Someone has given them inside information. So, but again, no evidence, only speculation.
mm-hmm. All right. I suppose the next morning, when everyone has roused and recovered from their various evening activities, Yuki would try to gather them up, pull them off to the side. He's kind of somewhere away.
Well, I think we all have a quarters to stay in, or at least that's where I would
Yeah, but
hope to be.
I was under the impression that was just more like public barrack type, since
Oh.
you know all the
Oh,
pirates.
I was thinking of our last Lancer group where we had like a little room. Yeah, I guess we may not have that luxury.
You can have like an enclosed bed to yourself, but a lot of this is shared public space. I just
Yeah, Yuki would pull everyone off and just relay the information. Be like, "Yep, excuse me. I spent some time last night poking around. The attack doesn't make sense outside of it being it's an inside job. There's no way that the precision and the timing could have occurred without someone feeding information, and obviously whoever's feeding information probably would need to be on the higher end of things rather than the lower. Just know specifically the details that they were giving off. And then obviously the tech that was being used to orchestrate the attack was very clearly SSC and teleportation, visibility, staples of SSC. Don't know yet specifically who might be the mole or how SSC is connected. I imagine once you find out one, you'll find out the other hand in hand, is what I imagine. But yeah, it's tense situations going on.
God, I need some coffee. Night, Buckethead. What the hell happened last night?
You killed 3 men. Nah, not
Sounds
really.
about right.
You took one shot and went down like a bitch.
Honestly, that's probably pretty accurate for real life too.
Oh no.
Anyway, yeah.
A minor scuffle started in the bar. I may have intervened / instigated, but overall, I believe it was not only therapeutic for me, but also the crew. I have no idea what happened to you. Where you once were, I saw a third empty whiskey bottle So when I walked out of the bar, you were slumped, and now we're back here. Or
Wait,
well, that
wait.
was the end of the evening. I just
Then how the
carried you
hell did I
back.
get back here?
Like I was just over the shoulder, like a
Oh,
like a like a
fuck me.
like a bag of flour.
Ugh.
How long of a walk is it between the Lancer pilot lounge and wherever we were staying? How much station did I walk across with the speed bump over my shoulder?
Probably isn't too much of a walk, but with how much activity there is going on the ship, like, and with how much of a sight giant Night is, a lot of people saw.
There's the dignity. There's the dignity part.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Oh my god. Okay. Yuki, Spook. Find out anything else during whatever the hell you did? All right.
You
not
just stood up.
Yuki said, "Fuck you."
here.
You pee-peed your pants last night. I ain't talking to you.
Ugh. Anyway, so how many guys did you end up taking out?
Well, after a brief scuffle with the. Well, I started out by headbutting a guy because he threw a punch and I just wasn't having any of that. So I headbutted him, but he didn't go down. So then he made a kind of a, after his friends perked him back up, he kind of made like a, kind of like a dash back at me to, close the distance. I just clotheslined him and he didn't get up after that. And then his friends came after me and everything kind of, kind of a blur after that. Just, making sure, just fending off various assailants. But I'd say at minimum 3 or 4 were out cold from yours truly.
Not bad, not bad. So, Yuki, Spook, did you find anything else aside from it was an inside job?
Yeah, inside job, and the tech used was SSC, more than likely. So, I don't.
Hmm.
I didn't
Makes sense
glean
based on
that
what
it
those
was
frames look
SS.
like.
Yeah, I didn't glean that it was SSC proper who orchestrated the attack, so to speak. It's just that whoever did has ties to SSC. That's the likely possibility at the moment.
Ties to SSC or either looking to incriminate them by using their tech.
Something, yeah. But we found shady SSC stuff on the Arizona as well. So
You did?
don't
Actually, no,
know.
man. That tracks. I believe that.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. I'll catch you up right now. Okay, so now you see, the zoo, the SSC, they were doing the weirdo, wacky experiments and had the underground lab. But
Was it under that big rich building?
was it? I think so, yeah. Out of character, I think so. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Hmm.
It was in
Yeah,
the zoo
anyway,
area. Yeah.
Speed bump just kind of points up, the flop flop.
Mm.
I've kind of had a few dealings with them before.
Yeah.
They're dicks.
Yeah.
Simple enough description.
But yeah, maybe it's something more closely related to SSE, and I'm downplaying it. I don't know. That's what I was able to gather, is that it was an inside job, which honestly isn't surprising. You need to figure out who did it.
Well, my first bet would probably be to, I don't know, scour ship records or something.
Yetter, if I think back to Nathan's mech, I asked if it was battle worn. Yuki's gonna try to recall now, and if we need to make a roll for it, we can. Did it look? I didn't inspect it any closer, but did it really look battle worn, or did it look like, like one of those
Superficial damage?
Yeah, scuff it up a little bit.
All right. I'll let you roll for that.
Okay.
What I will say is the scene has passed.
Mm-hmm.
You are now trying to recall that information that you weren't exactly paying attention to.
Mm-hmm.
So there is going to be a difficulty.
A difficulty?
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Would you allow me to use my spot skill trigger? Spot details, objects, or people that are hidden or difficult to make out?
Sure.
Spot with difficulty. Damn. Oh, I rolled a 1.
Oh shit.
Oh, wow.
So, trying to think back on it, but I mean, you were kind of just in that moment, you were coming right off of combat. Your mind has been distracted since you went off kind of just chasing a lead and gathering information. Like, you just don't recall.
Gotcha. And I imagine by now it'd be too difficult, considering the repair printers, to try to glean any more information from the mech.
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I'll turn to speed bump. I have my suspicions. I think it has to, and not that it has to. I think that more than likely it'll be someone that has access to more than the average person, right? I don't think a pilot would be able to supply sufficient information to pull that off, right? It has to be someone like an
You think it's
officer.
one of the XOs?
It would. That is my gut feeling. Yes. So obviously, when you think it's one of the XOs, the first thing, or the COs, first thing you think about is obviously the captain, right? I just don't think it's the
Mhm.
captain, because Venom seemed to be friends or had some connection with
Some
the
sort of
captain.
history.
Yeah. So why would the captain coordinate an assault like that? I don't know if they were specifically targeting Venom per se, but it's just it's I don't know, that just doesn't make sense. So then the next thing I think about would be the battalion commander, Nathan, because he knew exactly he knew where he was sending each and every squad. He knew where the Dallas was going to be at any moment. He knew all the pertinent information required to pull off that heist, so to speak. What do you think, Knight?
Quite out there. It's
Yeah.
it's a that's a not a lot. It's an assumption, but there's not a lot to go on.
Oh yeah, pure speculation, no
Spe-
concrete evidence.
As much as I'd love to find someone to blame as quickly as possible, I don't think. I don't know. This is finding the mole.
We just need more.
We need
We
more.
need more information. You're right.
Yeah, all we got now is leads with hopes, and that
A lot of
usually gets people
maybes.
killed.
Yeah, a lot of maybes.
Can barely even do anything because we just have to wait. I'd rather just leave now, but we don't even know where to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Union can figure out their mole problem on their own. If we leave and act on our own, we can get Venom back on our own, and I can take care of the Kings on my own.
What
I'm
if
with you.
well,
I'm with you. The thing is, though, Knight, where would we go? How would we
And-
go?
And that's the problem. That's the reason I'm still here right now.
I think our only option is to just wait for the time being. When the moment arises, whatever it may be, we will seize it. But considering the mole problem, I feel that that's going to go both ways. The mole is going to give information from whoever it is to us. They're going to spoon feed it to us as they see fit. So I imagine in the next day or two, we'll get something, because that'll be the next step of their plan, and we'll have to, no choice but to follow their plan and walk into another trap.
Mm-hmm.
We have to just be ready for it.
Yeah.
But we also have to make sure that we don't let anyone know what we know, which isn't a lot right now. But it is important.
So kind of as you guys are having this discussion, event you guys aren't alone. Kind of just there, or you guys do have privacy, but kind of just this is kind of just an open barracks-esque situation. So I mean,
Yeah.
people passing by, kind of just, and there is chatter amongst them, everyone else. So obviously, no one, at a glance, no one was eavesdropping on your conversation. But
Yeah, the goal would be, lowered tones if someone walks past, break the conversation, just
yeah,
the standard fare. Yeah.
all that happens. But what does interrupt you guys seems to be kind of just a young officer looking dude, kind of just they're here, Commander. And kind of just Nathan kind of just rounds the corner, kind of just looks at the three of you, and just you look presentable enough. Follow me, Captain wants you.
I just kind of give a look.
Wearing my exact same outfit as I always am. I hope I look presentable.
I just kind of give a look and to make eye contact with both Knight and Speed Bump as we walk off.
I'm gonna put myself between Yuki and the commander, just to ease her mind a little bit.
Can I try to use read a situation to get a vibe on Nathan?
Sure.
Okay, this is not one of my higher skills, so this could go anyway. Well, there we go.
There is a sense of urgency about him. Kind of just the general stress seems to, I mean, he's still stressed, but whereas the day before, where there was obviously high emotions going on, now he is a lot more a lot more focused. Like, he now knows what the mission is. He is focused on achieving it.
So I'm getting an air of confidence from him.
Yeah.
Like there's okay. All right. That makes me feel good. That makes Knight feel good. Feel like maybe we'll get some answers. Yeah. We'll follow along.
All right.
Fall in step.
So
What do we know, Commander?
Kind of just looks at the three of you, kind of just says, a friend of yours, or someone claiming to be a friend of yours, just showed up. Talking with the captain at the moment. If what they say is true, kind of just, I'm gonna make somebody pay. It's kind of just what he says to himself.
Rain Man is back.
Oh shit!
Well, what friends have we made?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't feel like we leave a lot of friends in our wake.
Let's go find out.
The horsemen aren't exactly known for their social skills.
Yep. So
Not all of y'all, no.
Well, it could be.
I think Venom here is the only one that actually made "quote unquote" friends.
Yeah. It could be
What was it,
Erica.
Fish?
Ephraim.
I mean, there's the trunk security people, but there's zero reason for them to be here. So
No reason.
So eventually, kind of just as you guys are kind of just listing off of the very few people you've made acquaintanceship with, you guys
It's
are,
back.
you guys are leaded into what appears to be kind of just a rather standard conference room. There was maybe no, I'm gonna say there was no guard posted. Coming inside, it's Captain Tifa Blockhart.
Yep.
As well as Nestor.
No.
Yeah.
Oh hey.
Kind of she's standing, he's sitting down, and you notice that Nestor, he has kind of just a sling on, kind of just bandages on the shoulder. Got shot at some point.
Oof.
Damn, somebody put him through the ringer.
In there.
Nestor, what
Yeah,
happened?
she will actually say that more to herself.
So kind of just Tifa just has this completely pissed bitch look to her. Kind of just, she sees the three of you
Does
step.
she always look like that?
She's been in a happier mood.
Anyway.
She kind of just, Nestor kind of sit back. He kind of gives you guys a kind of just the smallest of waves. Whereas Tifa kind of just looks at you three, step in, looks at Esther now. Okay, they're present. Talk. And he kind of just shrugs his shoulders and says, so the Dallas wasn't the only thing attacked.
Ah,
Oh boy.
Joy.
because he was still on the Arizona, right?
Yeah. So he was part of the Marathon, which is the intelligence personal ship.
That's right.
That was at the Arizona, where kind of just it ran off to. Kind of just you probably don't know just yet, but he kind of just looks at you guys and says, so unfortunately, what has transpired here is entirely the fault of he pauses for a second as he kind of just looks at Tifa and Nathan, just says, fuck it. I'll let her grill me later for it. This whole operation is entirely the fault of Union intelligence. We took a risk taking in a new asset. That risk stabbed us in the back, captured another important asset, and gave the enemy the information of our operations.
What asset? What do you mean we took in an asset?
Downpour.
Oh.
Shit.
I don't know the full story because it was all rather sudden, but Downpour was undergoing some last kind of just checks, getting him fit, getting him shackled. And Marathon lost power, got invaded. A number of our personnel killed. And the ship's navigator was taken away.
Oh. That's good.
important. Right?
Kind of.
That's really not good.
So, thankfully, we know where she is, which leads us to the suspicion that we know where Venom is.
And where would that be?
We know it's a vessel of some kind. We are not able to gather exact statistics of it, exact images. We know it's a stealth craft. And as of right now, it is heading towards the Blinkgate Hallison, which is supposed to be in operation in a few days. We are under the suspicion that...
Check, there's a sniper shooting at you.
I was thinking the same fucking thing.
Oh no.
Get down!
Mr. President.
Taliesin Blinkgate going to be operational in a few days.
Mm-hmm.
Where does that lead to?
Well, Blinkgates being Blinkgates, if they manage to make their way through it,
We don't know.
we lose them.
Gotcha. Do we have the speed to catch up to them before they get there? It won't be in this craft, clearly.
The Dallas will need to participate, and what will need to participate, it needs to be making its way to the Hallison anyways for repairs. Union intelligence is about to it's about to take command of all Union vessels in the area and to undergo a full clean sweep of the system.
And Union Intelligence is also going to send out an advanced team in some sort of specialty craft to try to intercept this the ship that has these two important assets as well that my team will be a part of, right?
That is the idea.
Great.
Bitchin'. Finally getting somewhere.
When do we leave? And what are we leaving on?
When do we leave?
And are there any catches?
The only catch is that you guys will be officially notified. You guys will officially be personnel of Union forces. You are no longer going to be the undercover mercenaries that we have portrayed you to be. And he kind of looks at you, Speed Bump, and gives you a nod and says, "Congratulations on your promotion and leading your new Lancer team."
Wait, what?
As far as the paperwork goes, LT-23 Horsemen is an official Lancer team of the Union Armed Forces with Kate Speed Bump as its leading officer. That is the only catch.
And everybody's saying you passed out drunk last night. Fucking fantastic.
How does? Oh, well, I guess you do have more experience, huh?
2 tours.
Yeah.
Never served as a lead, though. I'm gonna have to brush up. Okay.
Well. Yeah, when are we leaving? I imagine right now.
Well, kind of just he looks at Captain Tifa, says, "As soon as you give the command, Captain." There's that pissed off expression kind of just never leaves her face. But again, kind of just with how Nathan kind of just had now this clear idea of what the situation is, and now kind of just knows what the game plan is. Like, she also has that confidence of moving forward. She kind of just gets on the intercom and tells the ship to make its way to Blinkgate Hallison.
Aren't our nav systems down? Or is it just our comm system?
Communication.
Yeah, communication was the one that was severely damaged. Sensors and navigation have been somewhat repaired. They no longer have like long distance radar or sensors, but as far as like getting the ship from point A and point B, they can 100% do that. Especially if there is another craft, such as the one that Nestor came in on, they'll be able to be guided back to the Blinkgate.
Gotcha.
Right. Let's see. I need. What? I know what I want. We will use you. Let's see. I need to create a scene real quick. Don't mind me, guys. And kind of just as the ship is underway, you do have this time to ask Nestor any questions, if you so desire.
Nestor, do we have any heard anything more from or about Carson Mort? Because during the award ceremony or whatever, the public recognition, or the banquet on Arizona after the Eidolon, he did kind of show up and talk to us. Through a hologram, of course, but...
So, kind of just what Nestor knows is that he is a public recognized figure. He is the, as far as they are able to gather, a researcher working with SSC. Now, well, he was a SSC researcher who was brought under the who was brought to Balgun to what's the word? Basically help manage the SSP organization and kind of just bring it into SSC guidelines and policy. Beyond that, he unfortunately does not know much else. Oh, that's not gonna work.
All these SSCs and SPPs and everything make me think of SCP.
I do have something I want to ask Nestor. I'm gonna tell him about the I just want him to send, like, I want to know if he has any information on the Sekhmet protocol that I've been using. Anything, like, if there's anything that and doesn't have to be something that's immediate, because Knight's in a rush, everyone's in a rush, but just basically I'm just asking Nestor, like, hey, like, oh, music freaking stopped again. There we go. Like, I want to know about this technology I'm using, and anything that anything Union intelligence knows about this, just I want to know.
Okay.
And if he knows anything, just to get in contact with me, because I'm using it a lot, so I need to know, or maybe they even want to know how it actually affects a pilot. Who knows how much? I don't know how much it's used by other pilots, so especially what I'm doing.
Let's say kind of just off the top of his head. He knows that the Sekhmet NHP highly aggressive. Definitely only ever assigned to pilots who it deems compatible.
My knowledge, I haven't even spoken with this.
I
hadn't even spoken with the NHP yet. Never interacted with it. Just affects my vision and perception mainly.
Maybe you're so compatible that you merge? It's kind of just... He kind of just shakes his head and is just like... Best guess.
I'm sure.
But unfortunately, he's not He's a researcher, knows a fair bit about NHPs, but kind of just the exact ones and their specifications kind of just does not know off the top of his head.
Put a pen in this conversation then. Just know that it's on my mind and I want to know more.
Yep. All right. So. Let's see. With that, kind of just time passes. You guys have free reign of the ship again. Kind of just no one is forcing you to stay with Nestor, the captain, and Nathan as they guide the ship back to the Blink Gate. But entirely your control of what you want to do. Eventually,
Nathan, how did your squad fare yesterday? What happened to you guys?
You talking to Nathan?
Yeah.
He kind of just tells you that it being an old mining asteroid, kind of just the camp that the pirates had set up. His team going inside, clearing out the tunnels, trying to uncover any sort of contraband or machinery, or kind of just figuring out what exactly the pirates might have used the tunnels for. Clearing out the space, they came back out, got jumped by a bunch of SSC-styled mechs and personnel.
Mm-hmm.
And just as sudden as they showed up, just as sudden as they left.
Do I believe him?
That is entirely your decision.
I don't have a specific trigger to, like, you know, read a person
Hey.
or
Delta Halo.
Oh boy.
I don't have like a
Use the restroom.
I don't have a specific trigger to like read a person or anything like that. Can I just roll a flat d20? I mean, you know, trying to get like a general insight check, so to speak, if we're thinking in 5e terms.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
oh, I just don't trust. Damn, don't trust this. Man.
All right.
Trust.
All right. So,
Best I could tell, he's being sincere.
I mean, you failed. So you're not really able to read exactly kind of just whether he's telling the truth or not. Kind of just
Yeah.
he himself wasn't paying too much to the conversation. He seems to have his own thoughts running through his mind. And he very much has trying to take command of the situation, you see kind of just him issuing commands, getting an understanding of what exactly can the Dallas deploy at a moment's notice.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see. So, eventually, visuals and the rest of the sensors do come back online, and you guys are brought towards Blinkgate Howison. Big ring shape, go in one side, come out the other kind of deal is how I envision the blink gates to work. But at the end of the day, it's all space magic, really. So, and you guys are able to see kind of just the rest of Battle Group Bonnet, kind of just the fleet that Union operates in the Valgun system. Let's see. I don't have them off the top of my head, but that's why I make notes. So, So basically, leading the battle group Bonnet is the Catherine Porter. It is a battleship, the Murray class, which is very much like a heavy guns kind of just relic of the time Union was more of a military powerhouse than it was now.
Second committee stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Dallas and Fort Worth are the two lead carriers. And then, let's see, as far as sort of frigate vessels that carry their a presence throughout the fleet is the Tawakoni, the Travis, and the Ladybird.
Ladybird.
Yep. The Tawakoni and the Travis Caspians, kind of just your general course frigates, whereas the Ladybird is a superior, kind of just more into the, got more advanced tech with it. And then
Okay.
there is the kind of just Corvette, fighter, kind of just various other small craft. But as far as what is the show of force of the battle group Bonnet is going to be those 6 vessels.
Gotcha.
Boop. Let's see. We'll say kind of just if you guys had decided to stay and follow Captain Tifa, Nathan, and Nestor, you guys would be at the bridge of the Dallas. No one stops you from coming in. And kind of just various orders and communications are relayed from the staff to the captain to the staff. But eventually, someone shouts that Admiral Carl Higgs wants to communicate. He is the commander of the battle group, and his flagship is the Catherine Porter. Transmission is put through. Basically on like a screen large TV sized is kind of just this older gentleman, very classic, kind of just white handlebar mustache, somewhat of a beard going. Definitely on the older sides, kind of just you can see kind of just the age on his face, but kind of just in the eyes there is obvious clarity. Might be old, but still has a sharp mind, kind of deal. And kind of is so. Dallas seems to have seen its bit of a wear and tear, but is she operational, Captain? And Tifa gives a nod and yes, sir. Good. Kind of just glances at kind of just the rest of the room, kind of just from his view, he is able to see all of you. So, we've spotted some suspicious fleet movement. Unknown vessels seem to be making their way to the Blink Gate. We're trying to coordinate with local forces at the moment to create a defensive ring around Allison, but communications are being funky at the moment. Can I trust you, Captain, to maintain and assist in our efforts? And again, she says, yes, sir. Good. Prepare your teams. Kind of just screen blinks out. She kind of, Tifa kind of just mutters on the bridge, son of a bitch.
Are all admirals this much of a dick? Just kind of mutters that to herself.
Mm-hmm. She gets on the intercom, tells people to tells her immediate staff link and sync with the rest of the battle group, and for everyone else to go to their battle stations.
All right.
See, kind of just Nathan gets in touch with his his teams, his various Lancer teams aboard the vessel. Nestor looks at you guys and says, "Well, we're going to war, I guess."
That we are.
Third one. Let's go.
There's the charm.
So, again, you guys are kind of used to it at this point, but people start scrambling aboard the Dallas.
Yeah.
Getting to their positions, making final last-minute repairs, whatever they can. Thankfully, printing it exists the scale that it does in Lancer, so they're able to fix up a good portion of the ship. But again, long-range communications or long-range sensors, being low priority, have still not been finished, but everything else seems to be operational by this point.
I need to run to the bathroom. I will be right.
Yep. Nestor kind of just, unless you resist or ask him questions, he leads you all to your mechs, and you kind of just, he's about to say something to you guys, but then he receives like some sort of transmission on some sort of a personal device. Takes it, seems to be getting into contact with somebody. There's a flash of worry on his face, but then that goes away and is replaced by, again, that kind of just face of clarity, that face of confidence. Like, okay, we have a mission. Turns to you guys and says, "All right, we're tracking Alice. Somehow, whatever team that took her is on the Blink Gate."
On the.
Isn't that where we don't want them to be?
The Blink Gate is a very large space station at the end of the day. It has hangars, it has facilities, it has living quarters. Sure, it is the premium form of travel to get basically anywhere you want in the universe, but it is still functions as a space station as well.
It is a constructed mech structure that has multiple uses.
Yep. And he basically tells you that they have seemed to have commandeered a hangar and are trying to infiltrate Halcyon as we speak. You guys are going to be our fastest option to intercept them.
All right.
Good, let's move.
With that,
We gonna pick this up next weekend?
once I
We power on.
show you guys the battle map.
Yippee!
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh wait, no, that's not what I want. Is it you? Yes, it's you. Let's see. Let's go ahead. you. Okay. Then this should work.
Yeah. Loading something.
Kind of just designing this map took a lot longer than I wanted it to, and that's kind of why our sessions have been delayed. And unfortunately, this is what we're gonna have to be is going to be our stopping point, because I'm still not done with it. There's kind of just
I think we found this
This is what?
is a great natural stopping point.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, to go over the mission details, you guys will be starting in space, but you will be able to go inside and infiltrate a station. Their normal movement, and you're to basically intercept this infiltration team that has made its way inside.
All right.
Sounds good.
And then Venom will need to finalize kind of just your exact situation, because I don't want you missing a combat session. So I definitely want you to be a part of this one. So some point during this
Okay.
week, we'll just need to get in touch and kind of just figure out.
Yeah, I'm actually off work tomorrow. You want to try to think of something then?
I work tomorrow, but I'll be off at 4, so.
Yeah. that
So,
works.
what's going on, Far? Giving you a preview of your guys' battle map. Kind of just your mission being starting in space, going inside into the station. You are to eliminate the infiltration team that has made their way inside Hallison.
Wonderful.
Yeah. This is where we're going to be stopping for the night, simply because I'm still designing the map. This is still a work in progress.
Gotcha.
But 100%, this is going to be ready for our next session, and I am good for
Great.
Sunday.
Yeah, I should should be. The next phase of WoW Classic Plus comes out on Thursday, but I should be okay to do Sunday. I'll let you know if that changes as we get closer. I'm gonna make it a point to make time if I can, but I'm also moving on Wednesday.
Yep.
So this is quite a busy week for me.
Yep. Won't fault you for that.
But
Well, good session. It was a fun
Yeah.
one.
thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
I am sorry I got up so much. I been having some stomach issues, but
That's perfectly fine. Well, not fine that you're having stomach issues, but kind of.
right.
It's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. But yeah, fun one. I like doing downtime stuff. That's fun too. I low key, I was honestly kind of wanting to fail the roll on get information just so that Yuki would end up in a tough situation. Simply because that would have been fun. That would have been cool to
Yeah.
see how that played out. Not gonna complain about getting the 20, but
Don't
I
worry,
think
you'll
it
be
would've-
like me and start rolling ones in this next combat.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe my upon entering this facility, my mech will spontaneously explode, and I will be yoinked into the ether. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah, fun one, Yetter. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Venom, are you able to see the map?
Yeah.
Okay. I just realized I didn't push your token down, so I didn't know if you could see it or not.
Yeah, I can see it.
Perfect. But yeah. Unless you guys have any other thoughts or criticisms or comments, again, this is where our session's going to end.
Sounds
Awesome,
good.
Sounds good.